No, I was trying to touch. I was trying to.
Oh, is that what we're doing? I thought we were doing like crotch out or
We're doing
something.
what's it? Wonder Twin powers. Activate. Form of
Should I
bucket of
do
water.
that?
What's up? My name's Kevin. I play drums in the Arson Choir.
I'm Mark. I play guitar, bass, and everything else that I can possibly try in the Arson Choir.
All at once.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Alrighty, so how long has Arson Choir been a band?
2 years?
I think this is 2.
Going on 2
I think
now.
this is 2 going on 3.
Oh, okay.
Right?
What happened in the first year?
We were in Hollow,
Oh. Okay.
weren't we?
I don't know.
That sounds right.
Time is just a blur. What is time?
How did you guys come up with the name Arson Choir?
It was actually a lyric taken out of a Foo Fighters song.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you guys are big fans of Foo Fighters?
Moderate fans?
Here, I don't think we dislike them at all.
No.
And they've got like,
I was actually just listening to them yesterday. Like, I like them. They have a ton of amazing songs. And Dave Grohl is just fucking legendary.
Yeah.
But
I
don't think I've ever like gone out and bought one of their albums.
No, I'll go with you on that. I think
Yeah.
more of it's like the
hits.
work ethic and the hits and the innovation. Like we were watching he had an interview with Lars Ulrich
Oh yeah.
recently,
That was
and
great.
they wanted to do a live filming of recording their album at the Troubadour or
Hollywood Bowl.
at the Hollywood Bowl.
Yeah.
And they were gonna set up a live studio and invite 20,000 people to go watch them record their next album. Like who nobody thinks of doing stuff like that. Like that's amazing.
Yeah.
That's pretty sick.
Dave Grohl's a genius. We love you, Dave.
Oh, it's chilly.
So where's your guys' favorite place to play and why?
I'll let you go first.
My favorite place to play, Jesus. I don't know. I would say Chain Reaction in Anaheim, just because that place has always kind of felt like home for us. We've played there so many times for multiple bands, and it's always been kind of a hometown staple for us and every band around here locally. So it's always good times there at Chain. So.
I think I like the Rock in Tucson.
Oh, that's a good one too.
The Rock in Tucson's always a great venue.
Yeah.
Good people. We make a lot of friends usually.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Rock in Tucson.
Nice. So tell us a funny band memory. I love these ones. My favorite part of the interview.
I mean, there's ways made it count.
Arizona, and the guy yelled at us through the truck.
Oh yeah. I think that was the first time I legitimately heard you like raise your voice.
Yeah. We were in Arizona, and we were dressed how we're dressed now. And what was it? Nice pants, faggot.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And then Papa's response was, "Which one? There's 6 of us, bro." That was during an interesting time for Arizona though, because I think that was a couple years ago after the governor was shot. So we were like right by the college, which is where the whole thing happened. So you have 6 dudes like blacked out head to toe. People were like crossing the street whenever they saw us coming, and we were raising a couple eyebrows that day. So something like that was bound to happen for sure.
That's
mine. What's yours?
Yeah. Mine was when you got hit in the head.
yeah. I want to know.
So Yuma, Arizona again. We love Arizona. We try to go there as much as we can. The kids over there are just great, and everybody we were with over there is awesome. At the Rock or Open Air in Yuma, you know.
The Underground. Do you remember the Underground?
Yeah, I do remember the Underground. The Underground was awesome. So there was this one time we were on stage, and Mark's getting down and crazy like he usually does, and was it your guitar that hit you, or was it?
Pants.
It was Anthony's guitar that hit you. This was in a previous band, by the way. Our other guitarist at the time, Anthony, did a guitar throw, but wasn't looking where he was, and it came around and nailed this poor guy in the back of the head, and he just starts gushing out blood everywhere. And I think it was like song 2 that this happened. So he stuck it out for like the rest of the set, just waterfalling blood down his face, and it was pretty fucking metal. But he stuck it out like nothing happened, and we get off stage, and of course none of us knew. He just played it off. He stuck it out like nothing happened, and got off stage and was like, "So I gotta go to the hospital, guys." and went to the hospital, got stitches, and came back, and that was it. But
Yeah.
you stuck it out
Mm-hmm.
like a fucking boss.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, that's intense. But that adds more character, I guess, to your guys' set a little bit. What's the hardest thing about being in a band?
Everything.
Everything. That's usually the typical answer I get when I ask.
If you prefer specifics, like I feel like right now the hardest thing is compromise. Is there's compromise between members, there's compromise between art, there's compromise between time, there's compromise between band life and regular life. Like I feel like compromise is the hardest thing right now. Finding that even ground where everybody's happy and able to work. Because between me, him, and our other member, we've been, together 10 years. So we've kind of learned how to work with each other in a way where we don't piss each other off too much. So
Too much being the key.
Yeah, too much.
Yeah, we can piss off each other a little bit.
I mean, I'll purposely try to come up with like bad ideas that I know are bad, strictly just to piss him off. So it's anytime like, so I guess I'm the guy that's known for having like just bad ideas all the time, and 90% of the time I genuinely think they're good ideas. The other like 10% of the time I know it's bad, and I'm just doing it to get a rise out of this guy. And we had one not too long ago where I threw it out there. I don't even remember what it was, but I threw it out there, and I was totally like, guys, we should totally do this. And without saying a word, he just turned his guitar off, put it down, and left the room quietly. Came back a second later and was like, "You fucking idiot! I hate him!" Started screaming.
Well, what was the one that we were watching? It was what was the last thing the drummer said in his band?
Oh, hey guys, I have this really good idea for the song.
I've got this idea for a song.
Yeah.
We can need a new drummer.
Yeah.
I like that answer. I've never really heard somebody say compromise.
That's easy.
I think the other side of it is just that it's a lot of times it's a thankless job. You pour your heart and soul into the music that you make and sink endless amounts of money, and 9 times out of 10 you get up there for your 30 minutes, and that's what you get, and it's fun for about 30 minutes, and, but it's an uphill climb and stuff, and you really have to love it and be all about it to do it. Otherwise, it's tough. It's really tough.
Definitely. Yeah. Well, I see you guys and everybody that I'm friends with in the metal scene are in a band, and I see the struggles, so
totally
get it. Are there any influences when it comes to writing your guys' music?
Oh, so many.
I mean,
so many.
Do you want to start with just musical influences? Do you want to start with like external influences?
Like movies and shit?
Yeah, like
horror movies.
Everything. I want to know.
We're influenced by like so many stuff.
I'm gonna write a song about it.
He's not joking. He really does that.
I guess musically, The Chariot, Dillinger Escape Plan, The Bled, Under Oath,
yes.
Norma Jean, Every Time I Die,
Lower Definition.
Lower D. Oh God, yes, Lower D.
Yeah.
Glassjaw. Let's see, current bands, maybe Counterparts, Structures. Let's see, external. Movies, books.
Architects.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see, what movies? What movies that do I take influence from? Aliens, Evil Dead. The Shining. What books? The Sandman.
Even video games too.
Dude, video games are a huge influence for us sometimes. Bioshock.
Yeah, Bioshock's a big one.
Massive influence. Yeah, that's that. I'm trying to think of anything else.
I think about covers like
that.
Yeah. We could go on for days.
Anime is the other big one. Anime is another big influence for me.
Okay.
So, yeah.
I just got recently into Death Note.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wait, the show or
the show? Not.
Okay.
I saw the movie and it was terrible.
Okay.
See, I liked the movie, but I've never seen the show.
Right.
So had it been the other way around, I probably would have liked it. But I love Willem Dafoe.
Well, but see, I hear that's the only saving grace of the movie is Willem Dafoe.
I will give you that. A lot of the other acting's pretty bad.
Right.
But I mean, all you need is him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Is there any meaning to your music? Like, does it tell a story? Like, does your album tell a story? Because sometimes bands will take like their lyrics and tell a story, or they'll have a certain incident, anything like that.
I think the band itself kind of tells a story. Our songs as individual songs are 9 times out of 10 just a bunch of nonsense. Not all the time, but some of the times.
Mm-hmm.
But we like to do a lot of things with meaning, especially if you see us live. We'll do like a lot of sample clips of lines from like movies and stuff from video games that we think are relative to how we view today's political stances in society. As far as the title of our recent EP, Trophy Nation, that has a very, very big meaning, and I'll let you take that one.
Oh, okay. Trophy Nation was something that we kind of came up with in sitting down and discussing what we felt like the current, not just musical climate, but just the person-to-person climate. And we're slightly jaded and older, so,
Yeah.
but I think we also have a different work ethic, and I think that was a lot of what came through. Is we're very hard workers. We've worked for everything we have, and we work hard for everything we have, and we don't have anything, so we appreciate anything we get out of it. So it's difficult when we see other bands and other facets of life where this current generation just feels like they're entitled to it.
Well, just kids today in general.
That they feel like they can work for 5 minutes and they're entitled to everything they get, where you have a band like us where we work for years, and we're not complaining about it. Like,
No.
we'll still play third, fourth, or whatever. But you have a band that comes out, their first show was a week ago, and they expect to be headlining Chain for no pre-sale, for picking the lineup, and then wonder why nobody comes to their show. We felt like that's a massively negative reflection in what we represent, because we work so hard, because we broke our backs, because there's so many of our friends that break their backs and don't get those kind of opportunities.
Yeah, a lot of good bands go unnoticed.
Yeah, and we don't take anything for granted.
No.
And Trophy Nation was kind of the reply to that. We felt like there needed to be a statement about how just disillusioned we are with the current climate of music, the current climate of people in music, the current climate of people in general.
Society as a whole.
Yeah, there's definitely a feeling of I exist, so I deserve it, and I don't feel like we were ever raised on that.
No, not at all.
We were always raised on to.
When we were kids, participation trophies weren't a thing.
Yeah, dude, fucking 9th place gets a trophy.
Yeah,
Like,
that didn't happen.
How does that
at
make
all.
sense? Like,
Yeah.
first, second, and third, otherwise you lost. And losing was okay.
Yeah.
Like, we're in a time where losing's not okay. And I don't think that's right. Like you should understand that losing is there to make you better.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why,
And to build character.
yeah.
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 So.
Sorry, Grant.
No, you're fine. I like it. I like it.
The
You guys
four
are
of
gonna
us
be
together,
very,
we're totally that crotchety old man in the corner.
Oh
like,
no, it's
"Back to
totally
Vannie!"
cool. No,
I don't know if it's
I like
crotchety
that.
as much as just pissed off.
Yeah.
I think we're a different kind of pissed off. Like, we're not hardcore, hardcore scene pissed off.
No.
Like, we went to what was that hardcore band last night? Like Crowbar. Like, they're just a bunch of pissed old dudes that are they're just pissed at the world. The world pissed them off.
That's fun though.
Forever.
That's fun though.
And I don't think that's us. I don't think we
No.
walk through our day pissed.
I think most of the time we're just retards.
Yeah.
Like, we're just retards with opinions.
Yeah. Because no. I'll take that back. We were walking down Uptown right now, and there were two kids that just pissed her off because they just sound so ignorant. And just so, yeah. And it's like you're like 12.
No, they're like 20.
Sounds like my little 16-year-old sister. It's exactly how she is. She's very spoiled.
Mm.
So how long does it take you guys to write an album or a song?
It kind of varies. We very much like the music to just kind of flow out of us. We'll try to put deadlines on ourselves, and it's most of the time just wishful thinking.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't really okay, so we're gonna try to finish the song by the end of the week, but like to and doing are two different things. We are very much, when it comes to writing, it's done when it's done.
Yeah.
We could have a projection of when we'd like it to be done by, but if we write the entire song and we're not happy with it, then we just kind of scrap it and start over from square one. So it It varies. The writing process varies.
Yeah,
a
I
lot.
think. I mean, with that being said, I think we've thrown away at least one album already.
At least 2.
Yeah, maybe 2 albums, and
Yeah.
we've only released 6 songs,
Yeah.
and I think we've wrote about 20.
Yeah. Definitely.
And I think that just proves that we unless we're happy with it, it just doesn't go out.
Yeah.
And I'm okay with that. Like I feel like that's a growing experience. I think that any band needs to be able to do that. Needs to be able to look outside of itself and go, this isn't good enough.
Yeah.
We can do better.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you definitely have to be happy with it first before anybody else.
Yeah.
Before anybody else really can.
Fuck
before you
everybody
do it.
else's opinion.
Yeah. Right. No, I think if you put something out that you really love and really believe in, and just kind of just approach it with the feeling of just, we don't care if you like this or not. I think it will take, and that does translate. And I think that's a lot of what we do in this. We kind of approach it with that mentality. Because in previous bands, we kind of, I don't want to say follow trends, but we definitely kind of catered to it somewhat a little bit. And this was the first time that we started writing music together, that we just said, you know what, let's just do what we want and fuck what everybody else thinks. So, and we've been sticking with that formula ever since, and it seems to be working so far.
I mean, that's not been bad for us.
Well, that's good, because if you cared about what everybody thinks, I mean, you'd go crazy.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So are you guys in any other bands now, or were? If you want to name a few, if you know.
Me and you have a joke side project.
Yeah. We have,
What was that called?
71.
71.
We have 71.
And that means?
It's 69 with a finger in your butt.
Oh.
That's
we-
not a real thing, but
No.
patent pending.
That's me every other night. Let's see. Previous bands. We've been in 4 previous bands together. 3, 4? No. 3.
4 with me and Eric, 3 with you.
3 with me.
Yeah.
And then previous bands, other than those, I think I was in 7.
A lot.
Yeah, a
Just
lot.
leave it at like a lot. Like we've been doing this since I know I've been doing this since at least 8th grade.
Yeah.
So, and I'm 31 now, so however many math years that is.
Let's see. What other successful bands have we done? How's that?
I think most notably would be together as a unit would be Arms Like Yours.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's really the only one
Yeah.
worth a no
Mhm.
for all 3 of us.
I'll go with that.
Okay, cool. How do you guys come up with your song titles? Because they were making me laugh. I saw them on iTunes and I was like, okay.
So the way that usually works is the 3 of us are just horrible human beings with sick, twisted sense of humor, and we try to think of the most offensive thing we can think of in our practice area where we do all our writing, and that's how we usually come up with the working titles, and then we try to make just a more PC version of whatever that title happens to be, and that usually ends up what happens on the EP cover.
Because I'm trying to think of what the current titles are and what the working titles were. I think
The working titles were way worse.
ABQ Blue, which is the first track, was originally called Blue Meth.
Which is a
Breaking Bad. I was gonna say homage
Yeah.
to Breaking Bad. Okay.
Yeah.
Just the Tip. I think Just the Tip has always been Just the Tip.
Yeah, Just the Tip was always Just the Tip. We got lazy once we got to that point.
Yeah, Just the Tip. Tracker Jacker.
Which
I think the working name was still Tracker Jacker. Which is
that was Hunger Games.
that's a Hunger
I was
Games.
gonna say, is that
reference.
Hunger Games?
Yeah, that was a Hunger Games reference.
There's
And there's Knife Me For It.
Knife Me For, which originally had a very, very dirty name.
That was your idea.
Originally, the working title was Devil's Driveway. Devil's Driveway is another name for the gooch, which is the spot between your balls and your butthole. So it's the Devil's Driveway.
Oh god. We're horrible individuals if we haven't said that already.
There's White Girls, which was originally from the Boondocks. Which,
Yeah.
Yeah, which was Where All the White Women At?
That's Blazing Talons.
Oh, then what was?
Blazing
Oh.
Talons. Just Blazing
Okay,
Talons.
that's Blazing Saddles.
Okay.
Fuck. All right. Not like I wrote this shit or anything. And then Lot Lizard, which
Oh god, this story.
can we get into that? Or you want to tell it? Go for it.
Okay, so the title Lot Lizard came from an experience I actually had, unfortunately, much to my dismay.
Fortunately for the band, fuck off.
So we were writing this song, and we were in the process of thinking of a working title for it, or just a title in general, I guess. And I work in construction, more or less, and I was doing a night job down the street from a bar. Well, we were out there pretty late. 2 o'clock in the morning rolls around, the bar starts letting all the drunk people out, and they start, shuffling out like zombies and falling face over. And this one guy comes walking up to our area, and I'm trying to force all of them to stay away because we were working on electricity, so it was super unsafe. And told this guy very politely, "Hey man, I'm really sorry you can't come this way. Working on electricity, it's not safe. We're gonna have to ask you to go another way." And this guy's like barely able to stand. Like he's just 3 steps and just face planting every time. So he's like kind of swaying back and forth as he's like standing there in front of me. And he looks at the job site and he looks at me and he's like, "Oh, I can't go this way?" And I said, "No, sorry man, I repeat myself." And then he looks again at the job site and looks back at me and he says, leans in and he's like, "What if I suck your dick?"
Oh my god.
And of course, I'm in complete shock. I don't know what to say. So I
You're in
was,
complete shock. It happens more than you think.
and then I just politely told him, I was like, man, you're gonna have to go. You can't be here. I'm so sorry. But we have a Facebook chat messenger. And as soon as that happened, 2 o'clock in the morning, I immediately jumped in. I'm like, "Guys, you're not going to believe what the fuck just happened to me." So the next day, we met up for practice, and I walked in the room, and they were like, "So the working title for this song should be Construction Site Blowjob." And then when we did the EP, it got just changed into Lot Lizard. But that's where that starts from.
That's a great story, actually. That's a really, how do you react to that? 2 a.m, some guy just propositioned me.
I feel like the how you react is yes.
I told Sean, that was when I was still working with Sean, and I told Sean, and he was just like, "You should have told him yeah." I was like, "What the hell?"
Sometimes you get paid to get a blowjob. They pay you for once.
Have you guys ever been on tour?
Oh yeah.
Many times.
Yeah.
Where have you guys toured, and what's your favorite place to go through?
We've been all the way to the East Coast and back, haven't we?
Mhm.
Yeah. Favorite place to go through, I would say, for me, Arizona. I stated before, Arizona's always great. The kids out there are always great, especially in Yuma.
Yeah.
Yuma, Arizona has the best kids. I think there was, the first time we played there, the kids were just all so about it to the point where they actually took us out to Denny's.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember that?
Mhm.
We all went, like all 40 or 50 of us went out to Denny's, and that was a lot of fun. My other favorite place would probably be New Jersey, of all things. The New Jersey scene over there and the people that go to shows over there are just awesome. They're so great and all about it. And, shows that aren't in California are a very different vibe. A lot of times you come to a show anywhere here in California and everybody's just kind of like standing still. But you go to places like Arizona or New Jersey and really anywhere in the Midwest where there's not a lot for kids to do.
Right.
They're way more appreciative and they're jumping around and jumping on stage and singing, and it's always a fun time. So, but yeah, what about you?
Yeah, Arizona or Texas. Texas was nice.
Oh, Texas, yeah.
I liked Arizona. I like Arizona more now because we have so many friends. We have so many friends in bands. We have people that actually are looking forward to us going, which we're not used to sometimes. A lot of times we show up and it's like, "Yo, what's this band about?" And then we leave like, "Yo, that band was dope."
Yeah.
And now we're actually like, "This band is dope. Why don't they come over here?" So there's that. But Texas was dope just because we get to see everything that we don't ever get to see. There's a bunch of food places because I'm all about eating. And
Giant steak.
70-ounce
steak.
So good.
I've heard people who go to Texas say their barbecue and all that stuff is
It's
really
the
good.
best.
But I believe it.
You have not lived until you've had true Texas barbecue.
Albuquerque has great food
Albuquerque,
too.
yeah.
Albuquerque has amazing food.
Yeah. Except New Mexican food. I don't like New Mexican food.
No.
I like Mexican food. Just
They
not
have
New Mexican.
signature restaurants over there that are
okay.
New Mexican food, but they're on the dinners, drive-ins, and dives because that's what I watch.
Yeah. Guy Fieri.
Yeah.
with his bleached tips.
Yeah.
So in style.
So you guys have a good stage presence. Like,
Thank
what's
you.
your guys' secret to that? Because I know sometimes bands will just stand there and they'll just be like, "Oh, I'm playing," but you guys are very.
Quick story about that. We were just talking to a band last night, and they're in their 60s,
Oh wow.
mid 60s, and I was sitting with the guitarist, and I told
Dude,
him,
that's the dream, to be doing it that long.
I was sitting with the guitarist, and I told him, like, dude, you move more than guys that are a third your age. You move more than some 20-year-olds. And he was like, no, you're bullshitting me. He was like, no, for real.
Yeah, come to a local show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As far as our secret, drugs.
No,
No.
he means like Tylenol and Advil. 'Cause we're all old dudes, so without Tylenol and Advil or ibuprofen, we're just dead.
I mean, really, I think the only secret is you got to be able to love what you play.
Yeah,
You know, we believe in our music.
yeah, and I think also too, our music's very chaotic.
Yeah.
It's very intense, and you have to be able to have a presence that matches that music. I mean, if you were playing the songs that we're playing, and you're just standing there, it would not convey the idea at all. I mean, the whole idea for the band was to be catered more towards the live show, more towards the live essence, and we wanted our live show to be as chaotic as the music we were playing always. So we always go out there and try to give it 110% every time. So, and that usually results in, by the end of the show, we're having to be taken away in stretchers.
And we're only playing 30 minutes right now.
Yeah. So
So.
God help us if we ever have to play an hour.
Yeah, but we go. That being said, we go home hurting. We go home sore. We go home bleeding. But we go home, I think, happy about whatever we've done.
Oh yeah.
You
Yeah,
know?
definitely.
I don't think I've ever, at least in this band, I don't think I've ever gone home from a show like, fuck this band.
Yeah.
Like, I've had those days where it's like, that was tough, but I'm never like, I'm not going tomorrow.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, and also too, it's it's never a competition, but we definitely want to stand out at any show that we're at with any kind of bands. I mean, the best shows are the ones that you have no business playing.
Mm-hmm.
When it's like a bunch of like acoustic or like pop punk acts.
What was the
And
punk
they-
show we played?
Oh, we played like an all like pop punk show, and then
Yeah.
everybody loved us.
Yeah.
Like, and it was all like straight up Blink-182 pop punk.
Mhm.
Like, so I mean, those are always the best. Is you want to stand out no matter what, and I think that's just kind of what we try to go for it.
We had no business there. And,
At all.
We got
No,
over. We got
yeah.
over just fine.
I don't even think when they booked us, I don't even think they knew what we sounded like.
Yeah.
'Cause even the promoter was
They're like, "This
super
is a cool
surprised.
name."
Yeah. Yeah. Foo Fighters.
So I own one of your guys' shirts, and it's
Thank
the
you.
one with the American flag on it.
Okay.
Why did you guys put that on there? Was it just throw something out there to get the merch going, or is it just kind of, is there like anything reason behind it?
I think it's something we never really discussed, but I think the overall consensus between all of us was just to kind of match the overall theme of the first release, with Trophy Nation being very much about, how we feel American society has come today, and I feel like that was a reflection of that, a reflection of the nation and the current state it was. So it only made sense to throw our name up on the American flag. Just, I guess, I don't know, without getting too preachy, like maybe it was trying to symbol some kind of change, some kind of
I think
movement,
yeah.
but
I think you nailed it. I think subconsciously we were like, we need something that has an impact, that carries something familiar.
Yeah.
And hopefully somebody will buy it.
Yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, like that's we were hoping to make something on it, and that's cool. But really, like I feel like we have to be proud of whatever we put out.
yeah,
And I still love that shirt. I want to make sure that if we put out a shirt, like it's something I would wear. I don't
Yeah.
want to put like it's kind of like with their songs. Like we put out, I feel like we put out what we would want to listen to, and that goes along with a lot of what's going on with music. Is like I don't hear a lot of the music I want to hear, so let me go play it.
yeah,
And I think that was what happened with that shirt. I
Yeah.
think that shirt was, I want to see a shirt that I would wear, and that was what it turned into.
yeah. Not and just all of our merch in general, we try to do stuff that makes sense to us as a band. I mean, there's a lot of merch trends where you'll see 5 different bands have the exact same T-shirt, and they're just following stylish trends and stuff. But if we try to have that T-shirt, it would make no sense at all, given the type of band that we are, the type of music that we have. So we try to, with all of our merch, try to put something out that that we hope people would buy, but would also kind of mean something to us more than, hey, this is a cool looking shirt.
Yeah.
So. And then at the end of the day, it's, I hope somebody buys this.
Yeah. 3 months down the line, it's like, fuck, this merch not moving.
Yeah.
Like, I'm glad I like it.
Yeah. So we're all just gonna wear these from now on.
Yeah.
That's awesome, because I know there's some bands that will do like they'll characterize themselves as like either Rick or Morty and shit like that. And I'm like, it has nothing to do with what you're about.
Right.
But okay.
Right.
Yeah.
So what's one thing you can tell someone wanting to start a band? Like, what advice can you give them?
Don't expect anything to happen overnight. Have a lot of patience, and above all, enjoy it and love it. And I think those are the most important things. A lot of kids go into it thinking, I'm going to be a rock star inside of a year, and that never happens.
Yeah.
Not in this day and age. And love it first. Have fun first. Above all, have fun and love it first. And don't expect anything too fast. And be careful. Be careful with your money. Be careful with
Who you work with.
who you work with, especially. There's a lot of people out there that love to just make a killing off of young and inexperienced musicians, and we've all been there. We've had to learn the hard way, and it's like, oh yeah, I should not have given that guy all my money, and but be smart about it, have fun, love it, enjoy it, and don't expect everything to happen overnight. I think that about covers it for me.
Yeah. I mean, definitely love what you're doing. Learn your shit. I think where we're at right now, I think you need to be multifaceted. I think you need to be. You need to be able to play your instrument, record your own stuff, record your band, market yourself, promote yourself, be online savvy, be personable, be a good, you have to be multiple things that go along with being in a band.
Yeah.
Thanks for stopping by,
Thank
guys.
you for
I
having
love
us.
that
Yeah,